What's going on, everybody? I'm Scriptgo Joe here with T-Fi Sean, Mr. Pixels, Mike the Kryptonaut, and Rebel Matt, and another Moon Monday. Guys, make sure to always check out Moon Monday by subscribing on YouTube, hitting the notification bell. And if you're on Twitch, well, you just hit follow. And if you're on Twitter, you hit follow as well. So make sure to be notified when you have that. Guys, if you have any questions, make sure to ask them at the end of the live stream and say them all up for there.
All right, everybody, what is up? Glad to be back for another Moon Monday. Hope everybody had an awesome weekend. Yeah, ready to get this show on the road. Got a lot of awesome stuff happening.
Hey guys, glad to be here on another Monday. Got some exciting stuff going on, some testing going on, a lot of fun stuff. Sean will be dropping, I'm sure. So looking forward to it.
Hello, everyone. This is Mike, the Kryptonaut. Very welcome to another Moon Monday. Enjoy the show.
All right, what's going on, everyone? As you can see, the whole crew is here. As we always say, depending on where you're watching, hit the like button, subscribe button, share button, repost button, and let everyone know that Moon Monday is currently live. But yeah, guys, I mean, as usual, kind of started off. We did have a holiday weekend, so you would think much didn't get done, but we actually had a very productive weekend. I know I took the kids, went to my dad's house, got to let them see them, hang out with them. But how about you guys? How was your holiday weekend, at least for the people here in the U.S.?
Bro, it was good. I spent some good family time, but man, did we have some bad plumbing issues this week, dude. We had like our main pump go out. That's still going on. We've had like a day or so without water at the house, and yeah, it's just been a nightmare. But outside of that, it's been amazing. Spending some time with the family is the most important. So yeah, and you know, cranking out the work too at the same time, squeezing that in. But yeah, all good, positive, happy, lunar pumped, as one might say.
Just keep him busy, running around as always, researching online, and sleeping. A lot of sleep. So, fortunate lie, the fireworks obviously go off like around midnight. I fell asleep at 8. I just didn't want to hear about fireworks. Like, it was so humid out here. I just told my wife, I'm like, "You're going to go see fireworks?" She's like, "No." My kids were playing Fortnite. They didn't care. So I'm like, I'm just going to sleep. So I just like slept through all that. But other than that, it was good. It was a good weekend, though, you know. I just nodded off.
You're old.
That's right.
I wasn't too far behind you. I think me and my son went to bed at like 8:30. I mean, I got a 2 and a 4-year-old. They were tired. We were traveling, hanging out by the pool all day in the sun. So, you know, everyone was tired. So I actually went to bed pretty early too. So getting up there, most of us on the stage are pretty much, I think we might all be in our 40s now. Or at least low 40s. Mr. P, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I'm not even sure your age.
Yeah, I think I'm 44 now. I usually don't keep track.
I know it's funny. It's funny how when you age. Yeah, I just made 40. It's funny when you age, you like literally have to think about it. I know Mike's at 40. Joe and Matt, I think, are a little bit older than me. Aren't you guys at 41?
I'm 41. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 41.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean, you're the baby.
Me and Mike are like 2 weeks. Mike was born like 2 weeks before me. Yeah, we're right there. But yes, technically, I am the baby. Technically,
shit, I'm the fossil then. I'm the fossil.
Now call me sir.
Hey Matt, did you see some fireworks? I know Mike was out there celebrating 4th of July hard over in Europe, but what about you, Matt? You see some fireworks?
Yeah, we didn't really do much on Friday. My kids was with their mom that weekend, or on Friday. But Saturday, me and the kids shot some fireworks after the big softball tournament all day Saturday. Softball don't care about holidays; they just do them.
Hardcore.
So we shot some fireworks Saturday night.
Right.
What's that?
I said hardcore softball.
Oh yeah, it's every weekend. We got another one coming up this Saturday. So, but no, yep, shot some fireworks, had a big time. It was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, guys, as far as updates go, we kind of give some updates. So we have our Zealy Comp, about 5 days in, we're at about 10,000 participants. So whatever the reason, the promotions that we're running on Zealy are really catching fire, I guess you could say. The first one pretty much went viral. Was it Mr. P? 40, 50,000 participants, if I'm not mistaken?
It was, I think it was, between 40, I think it was like 45 to 50,000 participants. And it was like, I think about 90,000 quests like completed over that space of time. many times that account had to be upgraded to allow for more quests. But yeah, it was a huge success.
And then, of course, this is very beneficial because the bigger the X account is, of course, I guess more traction, I guess you can say it gets. I think we're concentrating more on the LunarPump account. I'm not sure where the followers are at right now. But yeah, that was one of the main things is we want that account being as big as possible coming into V2 of LunarPump. The community, I said in the chat earlier, is absolutely crushing it with that X post generator. I don't know if it was you, Mr. P, or if it was Adam or whose idea that was, but it was genius. Because when I hop on my X account, that's literally all I see when I'm scrolling down is Infinaeon. It's all I see throughout the whole entire thing. So, which is awesome. We got to definitely keep that same energy when LunarPump Fund V2 comes out. Definitely have to keep that same energy with everyone posting along with the paid promotionals for the ads that we're going to be running. Definitely can potentially be a huge campaign that we run between all of us posting and the paid posts. Like I said, we have a few $1,000s saved up before we would even have to come out of pocket to run a lot of stuff. So that's definitely going to be where we start when it comes to LunarPump Fund. But yeah,
it was there it is. There's the post generator right there. Yeah, and I don't know, I can't remember which one of us came up with it. We were like, hey, how can we make this just like super easy for people, just to be a couple of clicks, because that's usually the case, right? A lot of the time the reluctance or the hesitant to actually make a post is the fact you kind of have to think about it, this and that, and you could think of these things. That's the thing. We're just making it easy for you, and you don't really have to think about it. Because any of the posts, like when you see them, you recognize it, and you're like, yeah, you already knew that, right? Most of us that are here, the hardcores and in the chat and all that, they've already known. But it's just concocting it, getting the link in, getting all that stuff done. So we do have some updates actually on this. I guess I can kind of do a quick run through on it as it popped up here. But yes.
Let's go through.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just to show anybody that's out there, and I'll drop the link in here too. Or Adam, you can drop the link in there if you're watching in the chat for people. They can go and check it out for themselves, make a post. Let's see how many posts we can get out actually during this whole live stream. Everybody in the chat, go out and make one right now. Let's go. I'll show you how to do it. All right, so basically, yeah, you can go over here, select your topic. We got Infinaeon, the blockchain itself. You got LunarPump, Infinaeon wallet, staking, bits, and then the social platform. And I'm sure Sean can touch on that soon here once we kind of come around to that. Because that's actually going to be part of the Zeely quest moving forward as well, as driving people to that platform. I think we might have mentioned it on Infinaeon Friday last week. But yeah, so you select whichever you want, and you also get to select whichever tone you like, serious, casual, bullish. So we've been fine-tuning these to make sure that there was actually a clear difference in that and how it was posted. And then you can select, depending on what your topic is, you can select whichever link you would like to attach, and it automatically tags and puts in some hashtags too. So let's say we'll go for the white paper, we'll go for the blockchain, we'll go for bullish. Adam just deployed the latest version here now, so we now have a lot more images, and we'll add some more too over time. It's looking really good on mobile, I believe, right now too. And we've also added a Facebook thing here, so it'll auto-populate for Facebook. So I do know we have an awesome group over there on Facebook too, a community group that was set up. So this will hopefully make things a lot easier as well to send them on over there. And I know like I said, he just deployed that. And you can see, I'm telling you, this is huge. The Infinaeon bridge is a game changer, enabling seamless swaps between Infinaeon, ETH Base, BNB, Arbitrum, LFG. Check the docs, Infinaeon white papers. That's your link right there. And then the couple of hashtags down here. You can always just re-roll whenever you want if it's something else you want to talk about. This just broke my brain. Infinaeon is not only scalable but also self-sustaining with free redistribution, fueling stability, and chain-wide value growth, LFG. And then the link and things again. And just to show you, we'll pick another one. Let's go with LunarPump. We did add some more images to this too. So we'll just select LunarPump as the link, and let's go for a more casual post, generate. And up it comes. Here's all the new images. Stumble upon LunarPump's choice of multiple bonding curves, 25K, 50K, and 75K. Offers flexibility for devs and communities. Could be interesting. Experience it, lunarpump.fun. There we go. Quick little reroll. And again, down here, once you select it, you just highlight the one you want when you have it done. And you can click either download it to save it, and just do it that way yourself in future. You can just copy it, and once it auto-populates on the social media platform of choice, you can just like copy paste it right in there too, and it'll just add it to your post. Yeah, and then once you have that done, you just select X or Facebook, or you can, if you want, if it's some other place, you can just go right up here and copy it yourself and just paste it into some other platform. We're going to be adding more over time as many as we can to make it super easy. So it auto opens the app, auto fills your posts. You can like edit the formatting if you like, whatever you want to do. But yeah, awesome piece of kit. I will drop the link there. Was it dropped in the chat already for people? If not, I'll drop it in here right now. There we go.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to drop it again, even if it was.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just dropped it in. Anybody get out there, make a post right now. There's also people in the background that are doing tons of raiding. There's raid groups in there you can join from the Infinaeon main. Just type in /raider. That'll bring you into raid group. And shout out to the Infinaeon Knights as well. I know they're out there and they're really grinding hard in the background. Crypto Knight and a lot of the guys in that group over there, they're bringing people in more and more all the time. It's becoming a really like focused group of like hardcore people. So like it's kind of almost prestigious to get invited over to the Knights group now. So if anybody is interested in like really digging their heels in, you're holding a nice bag, you want to push this thing out, hey, join up with the Infinion Knights over there and start cranking with those guys, because they're really beasting over there. And like Sean said, hey, it's in everybody's timeline right now. I'm the same. I wake up every morning, I was like, holy shit, all the Infinion posts are popping up, so it's great. But yeah, guys, latest updates, what do you think? Facebook added, loads more images added.
Yep, not to give Adam more work, but that's actually not a bad idea. Adding Infinion on Friday and Moon Mondays to the option. So I guess maybe when it's time for the episodes, people can get on there, push out the spaces and all that stuff pretty quickly. Maybe
yeah, and that's actually something that we did discuss, and that is coming, by the way. So yes, great
awesome.
minds think alike. Good thought as well. And if there's anything else people think of, just make some suggestions in the chat there. We're always watching.
Yes, I love how like easy and simple this is. Like, it's so easy. Couple of clicks, you can make a post. I mean, you don't even gotta do anything other than click a little bit here and there. You make your choice of how you want to do it via staking, Infinion blockchain, LunarPump fund, bullish, and just generate posts. It's super easy, super simple, and this is something I think that a lot of people, once again, as we grow and get bigger, a lot of people are going to find it's something easy to do rather than just, go, how do I say this? Or what do I say? Or do I do a long dialogue? Do I do a short post? This will basically do it for you.
Right. And we want to get to the point where it's like, where people have to be, if you're pushing out, like you're doing a Zeely quest, it's going to be like, dude, you got to get yourself a post generator. It makes it so much easier. Like, you cover so much ground. Like, and then it's going to get to a point where you ain't going to have even next or near the success if you don't have one of these things running alongside your whatever, So I think it's a great piece of kit.
Yeah, that and the PFP generator. Such minor things that you might not think is a huge deal, but they're huge deals. I mean, some of your biggest projects, especially earlier on, 2, 3, 4 years ago in crypto, they all got that momentum on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, along with their PFPs and the community engagement. I mean, we definitely have the foundation for our community to push across these platforms. So we're definitely getting there. Everyone's working together, which is required. So, all too often projects launch and community they don't get behind it. They just, want to keep asking win to the team. But our community actually gets out there and they do their thing. So that's a combination for success between what we're delivering and then, of course, the community doing what they're doing. It's definitely something that that can potentially lead to something huge, which is obviously the ultimate goal that we all have.
Yeah, and this is basically the PFP generator. And again, you can access all these from within the Telegram. So it's like /PFP. This will pop up. The link will come right in there. I'll drop it in the chat here as well. And again, your own personal billboard, you're holding a bag. It really does benefit you to have one of these on your profile. And, when you were jumping into spaces, it's massive. But literally less than 20 seconds, you just drag in your image. Oh, under 5 megabytes. This one. Okay, you just drag it in, you select the one that you want, and you can just position it, zoom in and out, scale it. If you're using a phone, you're just pinching here, and you select it, and you just continue to download. If you are doing it through Telegram, open it in your browser first, because, that little kind of half Telegram, half actual browser doesn't allow you to download. It's kind of funky like that. So always opening your browser if you're doing that. But yeah, super easy. Literally less than 20 seconds, and you got a new PFP right there rocking it.
Yep, super simple. And again, it's the biggest form of marketing that doesn't cost any money. So definitely love to see that. Boy, baby,
That's pretty good. Yeah, Matt, Mike, boys, you've been using it. You've been pumping out the post generator. Have you? How's your timelines looking? You've been seeing that too. Seen a lot of it in your timelines.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of it in mine. Like I said, the army's getting strong. I mean, them posts are flying, so I love it. You know.
Yeah, and the big LunarPump fund push now that's coming with Zeely, we're going to really fine tune this and make sure we're hitting on everything. And it's pretty close right now, but once that really kicks off, or kind of starts keeps on going here and get that momentum going, like the last one, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Looking forward to it. Quick question for you too, Sean. I know I saw it pop up. Any word on the iOS wallet? I know we get asked this every week, but they're a nightmare.
Yes, still waiting to hear back from our latest one. So yeah, keep everyone updated. Again, when we know something, you'll definitely know something.
I see someone asking, can we create threads? Not yet, but that is something that we can start expanding on here as we build this out. But yeah, I like that idea. Having that, adding some more topics. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I agree. Great idea. Friday post, 100%. Here we go. I'm bullish at LunarPump. Sol, when will it be live? I will launch a token. Matt Sinclair.
Yeah, we can give some sneak peeks out of it. Let's see. Let me go ahead and get your screen off. I'm gonna pull your screen down. I'll pull this one up.
Go for it.
So don't make really a habit of talking about other projects, but a big topic of conversation in the chat was Les Bonk. They released a token launcher. And of course, I think, was it Volume they surpassed Pump Fund, if I'm not mistaken. Of course.
Something like that, I think, yeah.
Yes. That's a good one. Do it, lady. Chit, our guy Chit. But the optimist in me sees that as a good thing, showing that Pump Fund, in fact, can be uncrowned. Now, of course, Bonk is $1 billion market cap crypto. It's huge community. So of course, if someone can do it, it probably would be someone like them, but it just shows it can be done. It shows that people aren't loyalists, or they aren't looking necessarily to stay. They're willing to go wherever they need to go. And then after looking at this platform, I mean, it's definitely not any better than ours. We offer more options. I like ours visually better. It's just a matter of getting people to see what we offer and the benefits of what we offer compared to, of course, all these other places. And then coming on over to ours, as you can see, I mean, I'm optimistic, but we launched a MoonMonday token, as you can see right here. And when you come down, you can just see some of the ones just playing around with. Like, when you go ahead and click on it, you can see the buying and the selling going on with the testing. I think, Matt, we're going to be ready to start getting some tokens bonded tomorrow. They're getting a couple of things done. So you can just take a look at the platform, learn how it works, shows you how to use the platform. You can see the tokens, just launching stuff like my podcast. Of course, we just did an Infinaeon one. We had time rugs, different things like that. So just kind of wanted everyone to see. As you can see, we can come over here. We can, let's say we wanted to buy one. We can just set it at whatever. Go ahead and buy it. Unlock. Just kind of show everyone. Remember, this is still testing, but just kind of tokens bought. And same thing. Let's say we wanted to sell all of them. Go ahead and dump my Infinion. And go ahead and confirm. You know, wait a little while, and then token sold. So you can kind of just get a good look at the platform, see how it's working. If you want to launch a token, just like the EVM side, you have the multiple different bonding curves. When you go ahead and launch it, you can launch now, or you can do launch as an ICO. Again, you got your public, you got your whitelist, standard, custom, all kinds of different things that you can choose from. And again, in my opinion, this looks so much better than this. Of course, again, I'm biased, but yeah, you got the site right here. Go ahead and show off the social media site.
Just beat your bag getting called out.
I know. I did that on purpose. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's coming along great. There's still definitely some bugs that we're working through, which of course is the whole point of testing it. So I believe, like I said, as of tomorrow, we'll be ready to start getting some bonded, some tokens bonded. So as you can see, we have most recent, we have market cap, we have ICO. So anyone that's looking for, I guess maybe you can say like some safer plays, you have the ICOs. As everyone requested, we're going to have the bonded token options. And we also, I think, want to add a section to maybe call it like $1 million runners or something. So we can see the tokens that maybe came off the platform and went into the millions of dollars of market cap, because that's kind of what we want to concentrate on. We want to have $1 million runners. We want to have tokens that bond. We don't want to have like 0.0001% of the tokens launching, not like bonding and different things like that. We want to have these higher percentages. And again, it's coming along. Again, obviously, we're getting closer every day. That goes without saying. It's obviously common sense making a statement like that, but it really is. We're getting there closer. We probably will start bringing in some different people to help us test once we get through this initial phase of just working out these initial kinks that we have going on in it. And we'll expand it a little bit. And at that point, we'll be going to launch. Obviously, we want this launching as soon as humanly possible. So we're doing everything we can to get it there. So, but yeah, just kind of wanted to give everyone a sneak peek so everyone sees it running. If you haven't created your account, also go over to LunarPump. We're over 500 users now, so this is growing as well. We have hair on base. We have some trending tags. So yeah, guys, that's kind of the updates and the most exciting one right here. I'm not reading any comments. Yes, more $1 million runners.
We were talking before about.
Sorry, Chelsea. Yeah, okay, I got $1 million. As you said, the moonshot is definitely a thing we need and we need to promote. You know, people will find us and they will see that we are that we give something to communities and to devs. They will see it's very easy once there are enough people using it. You know, once there are big enough communities. Projects will bond. They will work out. I mean, if you have a small community and you want to try something, yeah, just choose the 25K option, and you will bond it very quick, or do something with your, I don't know, best friends, the core community, launch an RCO. Yeah, you can make it, and that's cool. It's beneficial for everyone, and also this cool kaching option and everything. You know, you could say it's. I mean, we have the people's blockchain, and there we have the people's launchpad. You could say it's for the community. It's here to make DeFi better and not just to grab money. Yeah.
I love Mike's positive attitude, dude. It's so infectious.
Yeah, it's a rare thing. You won't hear this too often from me.
No, but you're right, man. I have to agree. I mean, it's great, like having those options. That's something that, you know, Bonk doesn't have, right? It doesn't have any of these extra additional options that you can offer people. So I think you're going to end up with a lot more kind of specific communities that, like you said, because this option is available, they're going to be more like honed in on, we're not just launching this thing for it to be a CTO. We're going to build this thing and drive this thing, and having that low bonding curve is great for small communities to be able to do that and get them growing even quicker. And then you're getting your percentage back on the bond, which goes back into marketing. Like, there's so many incentives to come over and do it. And, you know, hopefully that metric of success is the metric of success, really, like you said. And same thing, the $1 million runners is kind of where it's at. That's what you want to do. And the more things you can do to incentivize that and push people to like have more success when they do bond, like that's a massive thing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we were just talking about how like Bonk overtook, you know, Pump.Fun in volume. It just shows that Pump.Fun could be hurt. It just shows, and we saw about this before, about like how Pump.Fun it's not the king of the castle. It can fall. Bonk just took it, but Bonk's just as susceptible to falling. And what we have here at Pump.Fun is something that just offers more. You know, if you offer more in anything and you do it more efficiently, people are going to gravitate towards that once they realize that it's useful for themselves and for their holders. So when you look at Pump.Fun, it's out of date. I've said it forever. and then it's falling because it has a bunch of other problems. Bonk came in. Bonk's now doing the most volume, but they don't offer anything, nowhere near as much what we have here. Even the technology, as far as the ICO alone, puts us leagues above them. And in my opinion, I think more people are going to gravitate towards Pump.Fun once they realize that, once they see the potential, once we open Soul up for everybody. This is why I feel like this is going to be the next level for, the story of Pump.Fun going to Bonk, going to LunarPump.Fun.
Yeah, I think it's great, man. It's great to show that people are willing to like move if they see a better option, if it's more solid. And it was great. And I think to touch on Mike's point as well, like it had to be, and Sean's point, that it had to be someone like Bonk that was going to be able to come in and do this. But now that shakeup has happened, it gets a little bit, and if we can just kind of slide in here now as well and even capture a small percentage of some of that, like we're set here. And then hopefully we will draw in with the options that we have once kind of word starts to spread. Hey, this place is the only place you can get these ICO options. This is the only place that you can do these whitelist spots. This is, super easy and intuitive and all this kind of thing. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's all the extras we offer.
As you can see right here too, this was an ICO launch. You have the max per wallet, you have 5 Sol. It was set as public. The raise was open. It has ended because you can set a countdown. You can do infinite. I forgot there's different hours options. And then each wallet can contribute a max of 5 Sol. So this is what it's going to look like if you participate in an ICO option. So just kind of so people kind of have a good look at what exactly it's going to look like. And again, the market is desperate, I guess you can say, for what we're offering. Something to kind of level the playing field, to incentivize holders to actually benefit, receiving revenue for actually participating, able to get into the ICO options so where they aren't rigged. So it's just a matter of getting the market to see what we're offering. It's something that the market desperately needs. It's just a matter of getting people to see that we're offering it to them and to stop going to Pump Fund and constantly getting scammed, and that there are better options on the market, which is obviously the thing that you need to get through people's heads. I did want to address this real quick. Any update on the bits? The bits have been airdropped. The first round of revenue has been dropped. Remember, it is on the Infinaeon blockchain that it was dropped. You can check it out at explorer.infinaeon.com. Then, of course, if you want to see it in your wallet, you have to add it to your wallet, whether you use SafePal or MetaMask. But for those that aren't aware, the bits were dropped a few weeks ago. You can see them all on chain, and they look really good. Yeah, just kind of wanted to address that real quick. Yeah, just kind of going through too while you guys are talking, just kind of giving you a look. And of course, we're going to continue to launch. I mean, I'm going to launch every single option, ICO option. I mean, we have to test everything from every bonding curve to every ICO option. And it's a process that we're going through right now. And for every $1 million in volume, that's 20,000 in revenue. Or am I being an idiot, not doing my math right?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy there.
So let's see. Yeah. So every $1 million in volume that we do on the platform, you're looking at $20,000 in revenue. And that's not including any tokens bonded, which that's $1,000 for the bits for the record. It's $1,000 going towards the bits, not including, that's just the volume fee. That's not including the bonding fees, because bonding fees it's impossible. You can have $10 million in volume and have 0 tokens bond, or you can have $10 million in volume and have 100 tokens bond. It's not something that we can calculate. So we kind of just go off the volume, and then the bonding fees are just, I guess you can say, bonuses.
Right, and I did see a lot of chatter today also in the Telegram. People have been talking about, I know, and Mike, you were touching on this in there too, just people talking about the LPs and the different exchanges that we're on. So Matt Sinclair had a question. The Telegram, someone asked if the LP could be bigger on Sol. I think the LPs are good at this stage. Can also pump quick, accumulation phase time. I can wait months.
Well, I mean, that's our ultimate goal, is to utilize a lot of volume, to not just buy but also Matt can speak to this even better, but also pair liquidity to these different pools. Because remember, some people will just look at like the ETH pool on Uniswap and say, oh, they don't have any LP. Well, we have the ETH LP, we have the USDC LP, we have an LP on Infinity Swap, we have the Bitmart LP, we also have the LP on Sol. So we have quite a few. We have about 5 LP pools. So when we add it all up, we actually do have a decent amount of LP. And remember, we're a micro cap token / blockchain. We didn't raise millions of dollars. We were well shy of $1 million. So, we're a smaller token, smaller project. So, we're not going to have millions of dollars in volume. Yeah, I saw someone else post. I think that's Matt, you can kind of answer this too. I think, $1 million in LP is probably something that the big whales look at. So you start seeing some of those really serious buys, but, we'll get there over time. We're still in that, that adoption phase. And as we continue to grow, as revenue continues to increase, the native token will benefit from that.
Yeah, I'll jump in on that. Everybody's worrying about, whales, of course, love LP, right? They like the floor to be set. But one thing about it is whenever a project's building like what we are, we're not a long running project. It takes a while to really get that switch over and the redistribution from people that bought in the pre-sales and the people that were in OPHX. All that stuff takes a while. So like I said, that the LP set good right now to where the project can run pretty easily. It doesn't let the people that are dropping out gain a bunch of LP. They got to take that hit because of it. But as Sean said, as we move forward and as we grow and as we get the volume on LunarPump and the blockchain and all that stuff, we'll be able to add LP, not just buying and burning, but we'll be able to pair and add LP, which will add floors to the price points we're at when we do that. So let's say, we're up at, say, 5 million market cap here in 3 or 4 months, and LunarPump's doing good. We're gaining a bunch of money there. We'll be able to add LP at those different market caps to strengthen those. So the sales at that market cap won't drop it back down as low as it would on a lower LP. That's how you build a project up. It takes time. It's going to get there. You go look at any LP on any of these, projects that are 300 or 400 million market cap. Most of their LPs are not that big, because they started off small. But it's one of the things. It just takes time. We'll get there.
Hey, Matt, I did have one question regarding that, and I know I think it's our latest, one of our most bullish members, Whitman. I know they were he was building some bot basically where they're trading Infinion and accumulating it, trying to beat the Jeets basically and the other bots that are on there. And I know there's a lot of confusion, people trying to understand exactly what that is. Could you explain that? Are you familiar with it?
Well, people make different bots for different things, whether it be an R bot or just a trading bot in general, that catches patterns or, sees up and down movement. And of course, sell high, buy low, you accumulate more tokens every time you do that. And volume is awesome, right? So we get on Ether, or, on ETH, mainnet, we got 1% pull. So we're getting kickbacks for volume. We've got the same thing on Solana. We get a kickback for it. Of course, on our chain, we don't have any type of fee as far as that goes because we just didn't want that. We want our chain to just have transactions. That's what boosts up the project. So, making trading bots that's catching patterns and, buying it when it's low, selling it when it's high. Kudos for them. They're building their bags on tops of the people that are, buying and selling. And that's great. I love them.
Yeah, I think it's great too, man. And I think they're as they're accumulating, they're just staking it and staking it and staking it. So they're just kind of constantly just raising it up that little bit. So yeah, shout out to you guys. Awesome job.
Oh yeah. I suggest anybody that can build one. If you can catch the patterns, if you feel like swing trading, do it. That's wonderful. Like I said, of course, sometimes people get caught, they swing trade and then all of a sudden some big buy Fury comes in and they get locked out of their position and they can't go back in like they normally would. That's part of the game. That's part of the way it works. But if you can do it and you can be profitable, but whether you're building your bag or just being profitable, gaining ETH or gaining SOL, whatever you're doing, that's part of crypto. That's what we're here for. We're here to make money. So,
yes,
do what
sir.
you can do.
Yeah, I have to say I'm loving the look of the platform right now. It's looking pretty sweet, slick, ties in with everything. Really just cannot wait for the sol to be done. How are we looking at the moment? So, Sean, what was the last thing for anybody new that's popped in? Because I know this is the top of mind subject for everybody that joins or checks it out. So the latest kind of update is testing is live. It's running through that right now. Iron out a few bugs. Hard to give a number, but it's getting pretty close, right? Would that be fairly accurate?
Yes. So, and as you can see, when I'm in here, I don't think you can see my wallet confirming, but yeah, when I hit sell, which I don't think you can see it on the screen, my wallet's confirming it, and then it'll say token sold, tokens bought, and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the latest. Going through our testing, of course, getting closer and closer. I think we're going to invite our mods here shortly once we kind of get through these last little phases, kind of get some more testing, because again, it's very important that when we hit the ground running, that we're not having any major mistake. Are there some hiccups when you go to buy, stuff doesn't transact? There's like a little error. Of course, Pump Fund, everyone has those little tiny errors. A lot of times it's a user error too. But yeah, the goal is to have basically no hiccups whenever we go live. So we're just going to continue to test it and make sure that all the bugs are worked out, because again, we stand a chance. We're doing something different. It seems like every token launch of that, it's just a bunch of the same. Everyone's just looking to collect some revenue. No one's really doing anything to benefit the space. So it's just a matter of, again, of getting people to see the benefits that come from using LunarPump, from gaining money from just using the platform to getting safely into a lot of different projects with, like we said, the ICO options, which I know I'm going to be a big fan of that. It really sets it up to where, the dev buy or the sniper bots aren't going to really come in and destroy you. You can set up for 30 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, or you can go the infinite route until it fills. So yeah, just again, can't wait to have this live. And with you guys' help, I'm marking it on Twitter. It could definitely be something that that can be huge for sure.
Yeah, and there's just those options just aren't anywhere else that I've seen, like on anything else. So, just for hardcore communities that are looking to not get wrecked when they launch, like it's a very simple thing, right? Hey, I just want to launch my token and not get wrecked by bots or whatever, right? Yeah, here you can do it. You can do it the way that you can get wrecked, or you can do it the way without getting wrecked, right? At least you got options, right? So I mean, there's no place in my mind where that's a bad thing, and I think it will bring people to this. And then and that's usually the case from what I notice, is once people get in here and they get eyes on, they're like, oh wow, like there's so much here, right? There's been so much work done here, everything's building, and again, all the transparency here, all like multiple shows a week, trying to make sure we answer everybody's questions. They can feel comfortable in their investment, and that not just financially, but the time they're spending, the work they're putting in to promote whatever it is, right? So the more transparent, the more we keep showing up and keep putting the graft in, it's important.
Yeah. And a few weeks after we do, we get the next update. Live streaming video. This is something very important. I know, Joe, you're gonna love it, and I know some other people can't wait for it. There will be some spicy content there. I'm not sure, but it will be a lot of fun. Pretty sure, yeah.
Bro, I got my cage ready here in the back. I'm just ready to sit in that bitch and just like say I'll come out with my token bonds, like whatever it is. Get my dog, torture it. I know, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But there has been stories like that from Pump Fund for real. But yeah, it should be fun.
The craziest things are bound to happen, and that's the thing. It's the more wild things are, the more interesting you can separate yourself from everybody else. The more people are gonna watch you, more than likely buy your token. And there are a lot of obviously pretty girls out there that gonna be there just doing what they got to do. And there'll be a lot of guys doing fun things. I mean, one of the things that happened when Pumped Up Fun allowed live streaming was a guy sitting on his toilet for X amount of hours until he reached $1 million market cap. And it made the news. And that's the thing, like when live stream is implemented onto this platform, it's going to allow people to make the news. It's going to allow, and obviously it'll bring news to the platform, but it's going to bring, and more eyes, but it's going to be something fun to do. This live stream might be a way for people for us to have new all-stars, new people that, you know, are not as renowned at the moment to be renowned by simply going live, said everybody, get some of my token, let's bond this token, let's hit this bit, let's keep going with this. There's people that were on when Pumped Up Fun was doing live streaming, would bond their token and come back and still live stream on the platform. No, I'm not gonna be on the toilet. No. You ain't got me in the toilet. My legs go to sleep, bro. I'm dead.
That was literally going to be my question. How long Joe's going to be sitting on the toilet to get his token bonded?
I sit for 5 minutes. My legs get that pins and needles. I'm dead to you guys.
Dude, you need to get that thing that was on Shark Tank. You ever hear that thing, Squatty Potty? Remember that? It's like like millions of dollars. This fucking thing, but it's basically like a little fancy step. Dude, you get your Squatty Potty, you're good to go, dude. You could even call your token that. Fuck.
It's just, yeah, I sit in the toilet, my legs go, no, I'm dead to you. I'm just God. But no, I mean, like, there'll be a lot of cool things happening, though. It'll be exciting. And it'll be something that's happening 24/7. You know, we might do our live stream and then check out a little Pumped Up Fun and see other people live streaming still. Like, how cool would that be? It'd be a cool way to see other people and see what they're doing or what they're up to, and if they're doing anything intuitive or innovative, because that's what they get eyes on it, and that's what's going to get their token to bond, which they obviously want. The people that get in early on their token obviously want to happen. So it's kind of like a perpetual cycle of motion creating emotion, where like, oh man, this guy's on the toilet, he's not going to leave it to a bonds. I'm buying his token because if we're in a bonds, I make money. He's obviously going to make money, and other people watching are going to have that same kind of mindset. And then once a bonds, he's like, screw it, I'll stay until we hit $1 million. And so it just creates that excitement for a community, and new communities will grow just by people doing stupid things on the live that everyone can enjoy.
Yeah, right. And just so people are aware, the way it would kind of work is obviously the issue before, I'm sure, that Pump Fun had, and which is always the biggest issue for, I would imagine, anybody trying to launch anything, especially when it comes to video and anything like that, is moderation, right? And having that all in line. So this would actually be run by, you know, a third party like YouTube or Rumble or whatever other one you got out there. And people can just sign in using that, and then you just piggyback off their own moderation rules and stuff like that. And it makes it a lot more, you know, easier on resources, on overheads, all that kind of thing, when you can just embed a third-party app like that. So that's kind of how it would work. If anybody is thinking about that or wondering about that issue, how would it be dealt with?
So easy and so simple.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't come up with that already, to be honest. You know, I'm surprised that, like, you know, Pump Fun didn't try to do that initially, to be honest. I'm kind of, you know, because a lot of
they did. They had live streaming.
Well, I mean, like, not. I guess what I mean is using a third party app like YouTube or something like that, and having the embedded option. You know what I mean, like that. Where
they're not smart like us. They don't. You got to think outside the box, and they were just. They I know that when they had the live stream on their platform, they were having problems with it, and they just immediately yanked it and said it just left it. And I really don't think they just cared after a while. You know, they're just like, whatever, like, who cares? But
yeah,
that was fun.
Probably.
I would watch those live. I would log in. Well, not like go to the website and watch those live streams constantly because they were so fun. Because you didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, you seriously had zero idea. That was really fun to watch.
The epitome of real trash TV right there. That's what you're talking about. Just hopping from channels of used car salesmen. That's it. That's I never know what you could come across to it, but hey, highly entertaining. That's the thing about it. But yeah, to touch on some other. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh no, I'm saying if anyone has any more questions, make sure to ask your questions, guys. We're looking like we're about to wrap it up. So if anyone has any last questions, let us know. And yeah.
I was just going to give a quick final plug here on one or two things. Let me add this stage here. I'm going to remove Sean. Add this up. Again, tweet generator, post generator now has Facebook. Loads more images added also to blockchain and LunarPump, as they're going to be the main ones. We'll add some more over time. Awesome. Thank you guys for the suggestions on what we're going to add to the topics over here. We will add MoonMonday, and we will add Infinaeon on Friday as well, to be able to help to push that along. Also, PFP generator, you can get all these tags in the filters and Telegram too, so if you're in there, easy to get at them. This is pfp.infinion.com. The generator is currently xpost.infinion, but we're probably just going to change it to like post generator or something like that, same when it does Facebook as well now, which was added. And of course, it would not be a day if I did not plug the merch store and tell people to go and please check it out. I'm going to drop the link here now to everybody. I'll drop it to our 1 or 2 people that we have on Twitch right now. How many we got over on Twitch? Well, shout out to you guys. I know Crypto Knight was over there. Is our bio over there, the usual. But yeah, come over. We're going to be adding more stuff to this all the time. Added a few more things last week, trying to get around to it again. But, you know, holiday weekend, try add some more stuff. But Matt, I haven't forgotten about you looking for the extra colors and stuff for those lovely polos. Joe's rocking right there if anybody wants to see how they look. So yeah, so come on, check out the merch store. Again, this is we encourage you to wear your PFP when you're on the digital landscape. We would also encourage you to wear your IRL PFP, if you will, on when you're in real life, which is any cool piece of merch. LunarPump, Infinion itself. Here's all the options that we have. Of course, we got our boy MoonBoy down there. We got some baby Draco stuff, so we'll be adding more and more over time to that. But yeah, again, more partnerships happening every week. I think we just announced one very recently, just now. Adam dealing with all in the background again. Shout out to you, man, for handling all that. Good job. And we have our Infinion main weekly spaces is tomorrow at 6 a.m. PST. It's a little earlier for some of us, doesn't work out for a lot of us here, maybe on this side of the world, depending where you're at in the States particularly. But again, everybody get in there, start rocking those PFPs. It always looks so good when people come in. It's very infectious. They want to get one too. So yeah, and of course, you know, we got Infinion on Friday. On Friday, we got Papa Stonk's LunarPump Radio coming up on Thursday. And, you know, multiple spaces throughout the week. So just keep on doing what you can, supporting, making tweets, making posts. You know, if everybody just made one post a day, you know, that's a lot of posts. You go like with all the people that we have following along, like if you get even 200-300 people from the community that say, I'm just going to make one post today here, like that's it, just go in and you don't even have to think about it. Like I said, just click a few buttons and boom, straight posted to your account. You get like that kind of traction on X over time, and it's consistent. Like that's how you really start to build. So that's why we've made it so easy. But yeah, that's it. I'll shut up now. I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for tuning in today. It's been awesome.
Absolutely, guys. We're gonna go ahead and then make sure to tune in for the next live stream, which is gonna be this Friday here. And you can easily do that by hitting the subscribe button. Once again, like button. Comment down below. Need a snapback. These things are it's comfortable as hell. I'll tell you that right now. It's super sleek, bro. But yeah, no, you mean the yeah. Anyway,
the flat one, yeah. I'll get them.
Yeah.
Like this one here, like the LunarPump one, I think is what he saw.
Yeah. I like this one, but that one's nice too. Make sure to tune in, guys, live this Friday at 3 p.m. for Phoenix Friday. And then obviously we have Moon Mondays every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Screwgood Joe, Mr. Pixels, DeFi Sean, Rebel Matt, and Mike the Kryptonaut. We'll see you guys in the moon.
I'll just keep dropping it like there's no